Hi, it's the Woolista here tonight, and I'm catching you up a little bit with some things I've been working on before I leave for the next week. I'm going to California. Never been to California. It should be fun. It's always good to see new things and do new things. I'm going to go see my oldest. I don't get to spend enough time with her and her husband, and we're just going to take a week and enjoy Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys all enjoy your Thanksgiving. Get to spend some quality time with lots of family. You know I'm all about family. Again, this is the Woolista. You can find me on Ravelry, Ravelry.com. Put in a username and password and ask for me to accept your friendship, and I do, and then you can see all the projects with all the pictures that I'm working on and have worked on in the past. It's all like categorized there. And it's also a place for you to meet all kinds of other crafters out there, spinners, weavers, knitters, crocheters, and there's probably other stuff out there too. Let's see. You can find me on Instagram under the Woolista. Ravelry, I'm also under the Woolista. And let's get to it. Oh, YouTube, of course. That's probably where you're watching this. Alright, let's start with where I'm at on this shawl. Pretty fuzzy shawl. What is it even called? I don't remember. Unforgettable. No, that's the kind of wool this, or the knit Lafayette shawl. Lafayette shawl. And the colorway is Unforgettable. So that should be a good one for me. Some people say that once you meet me, I'm pretty unforgettable. There's no other like me out there. Which I do not take offense to. So that's where this is currently. It's just a, see how it's making that little indent in the middle? And then it's going to kind of look lacy around the edges also. There we go. But eventually it's going to be a long one, I think. Yeah, hers, well, she's a tiny little thing on this picture. Hers goes all the way down to the, probably to her belly button. But again, she's tiny. And I don't know if I want mine to come down that far. But we'll see how it goes. I might like it, because then I could just wear it underneath my coat and wear it as a scarf then, instead of like a little shawl. So that's one thing I'm working on, knitting wise. The Easy Gozy shawl. Let's show you how far I've gotten with that. I have caked my black yarn. That is as far as I've gotten with that one. Have not started it. Okay, so now the spring chevron. This is the one I was doing with the 3 different balls. It is going excellent and I'm loving it. It has, this is the ones, it's already beaded. The yarn is, I just love this. It was gifted to me from a friend, and just, I'm really, really loving it. It's a kit from Stevie B. I think it's an older kit. She had it in her stash for a while. But look at that. I am really liking how this is turning out. And I could probably do something else in other colors and just put the beads on there and do it. And I'm also carrying it up the sides, so I'm not going to have to weave in ends at the end of the project. And on the back, they're looking nice. I'm just tucking one underneath of each other when I change the color. So I like that I'm not having to weave in all kinds of ends. Yeah. Because if you know about weaving in ends, you know you don't want to do it. Or do a lot of it. A couple on a project is fine. When you're weaving in hundreds, holy crap. No, you don't like it. Alright, let me show you where I'm at on Kitty's socks. So I put in a lifeline last night. I'm about to do the heel. I want to do the fish lips kiss heel. So I am here. And I put my lifeline in, and then I stopped because I'm rereading the instructions, and I might actually do the fish lips kiss heel on some waste yarn and then see how it turns out and then do it on my project, just because of those twin stitch pearl. I'm not familiar with it, so I might want to practice before I actually do it and have to rip it out and redo it and on my actual project. But they're looking good. I actually thought maybe about going back to the heel I did on my first pair of socks, but I really like the look of the fish lips kiss heel, so I would like to learn it. And I do have a friend who said she would help me out with it if I get stuck. So, also I'd like to do the example with it, just try it out, and then that way if I get stuck she can help me on that instead of ripping in and out of my project. Alright, the snuggle is real. Working on that cowl right now. Let me show you the progress. And I really like it. I'm hoping that it's simple whenever I go to pick it up and turn it under. So far we are here. And I really like the colors that I came up with. This is just waist, so this will get pulled out at the end because this is going to come up under like that. And so this right here is also going to be at the top, and it's going to come under, and it's going to have a cord that goes through. Let me just show you the picture. That would be helpful. In case, these are like really hot right now. Right here. See how they get turned under and then the I-cord comes through? So, I'm really liking the pattern too. I'm liking how it was written. Nice and clear, concise. This is the color that's going to be on the inside, this mohair. It's fuzzy. Everybody thinks mohair is really itchy. I think if it got wet, it might be itchy. It is not itchy. It is like, you could just rub it all over. It's that soft, mohair is. But I don't know, when you say mohair, everybody's like, oh, it's so itchy. No, it's not. Have you felt it lately? Real mohair? But to each their own, right? Hey, what am I gonna, to each their own. Anyway, to the next. So I'm trying to limit my projects this year. Because if you know me, I'm working on 10 things at a time, or I'm not moving. So let's get into the Save 'em to Shave 'em program, that 3-year project that I'm doing, where I'm doing 15 different breeds and over the course of 3 years. I have to buy 4 ounces of wool from each of the shepherdess that have these endangered species, endangered sheep on their farms, or they just grow. They don't have to be farmers. They could just have sheep. But anyway, you buy 4 ounces of wool from each different one. So you have 15 breeds total. So I've done 2. I've talked about them in my other programs. And then yesterday I finished spinning. Not yesterday, it was a couple days ago. But anyway, just washed it up. I just finished spinning and plying. And now it has to just dry out a little bit. The Florida Cracker. And that's this one right here. And this is a 2-ply. And if you're used to knitting, you'll notice that like yarn will have a bounce. It'll bounce back. This one doesn't have a lot of bounce back. which is another reason why I like working with the Save 'em to Shave 'em program, is you're learning about the different types of wool. So this one's not going to have a lot of give. You need to make it to size. It's not going to have a lot of stretch to it whenever you knit your garment out of it. But it's softer than I thought it was going to be. But still, I would not, I would probably not make a sweater out of this to go right against the skin. I would probably make a vest out of it. Like an outer something to wear. Or mix it with something soft. It would be good for like fingerless gloves, that type of thing. Now that started as 4 ounces, and I spun it 2-ply into, it turned out to be 125 yards. And then the cat's in my way. Can you tell? Callie just has to be a part of everything, don't you? Don't you? Just have to just walk all over everything. Okay, so yesterday I washed, my girlfriend Marnie sent me some horn Dorset. She bought in Utah, I believe, at a festival, and sent it to me, part of the Shave 'em to Save 'em program. She's also part of it. And, oh, let me get you a piece. It's over here drying. Oh, you can tell I dressed up for the show. I'm in my sweatpants and flannel shirt. And definitely going on a diet after Thanksgiving. My word. Packing and trying to put your clothes on doesn't mix. Alright, so the horned Dorset that I was working with yesterday started with this. I had to take pictures because I will figure out how to put all of these into my new program that I bought, but I don't know that yet. I don't know how to do it yet. Well, shit. Okay. So when it first went into the water, ta-da, where the hell did it go? Alrighty. Alright, here it is. So when it first went into the water, it was this dirty right here. Okay? Now, and this is what it looked like before it went into the water. That was a half a fleece. This must have been a very big sheep, because there was a lot. I haven't measured it all out yet. I want to wait until it's completely dry, of course. This is what it looked like after coming out of being washed twice. I use Dawn dish soap. Sometimes I put a little Cascade in it. This one I put a little Cascade in it. The dishwashing soap. And I usually wash them once or usually twice. And then it was pretty clean. And this is what it's looking like now. It's all over there still drying. And the next stage, I mean, it's looking so soft too. This is going to be like pillowy soft. Like really soft. Yeah, this is very soft. So it needs to dry completely. So I figured I was going to be gone for a week. I'd let it just dry for a week. Then when I come back, I can comb it and card it. And I got to look up whether I need to comb it or card it. And one thing that really helps with learning all these new fleeces is the Field Guide to Fleece. It doesn't have all the breeds, but it has 100 sheep breeds. And usually if it doesn't have a breed, it has its basic genetic breed that it came from. Most of the time. I'm not saying 100%. But it really helps. It tells you the effect of the dyes on it. If you're going to dye it a certain color, Tells you what it's best used for after it's applied. And I mean, you don't have to spin it and apply it. You could use it as just in this form, make rugs out of it. What else? It tells you a little bit about the background. They're crimp. And whew, why am I tired? Anyway, it's a really good book. I really like it. So, oh, what else did I finish since my last time podcasting? That silver scarf. The Bernadette scarf is what it's called on my Ravelry page. And I made it. I got to wear it once for pictures. And then one of my girlfriends really, really, really wanted it. So it's gone. She's got it. You see how it was so fine? It was like knitting with thread in between there. It was pretty much thread with a little bit of sequins. And then the other 2 rows were like shoestring that was silver and sparkly. And that's what it looked like when it was done. It was really nice. The camera does not pick up the sparkles. I mean, it just shimmers. The whole thing does. I also finished the Rasta Fasta hat with the Malabrigo Rasta. It uses one skein. It's a big old chunky knit. It makes a beautiful hat. Don't mind the mannequin hat. I need a new one. And I wore it once. Really comfortable hat. And then my husband's oldest, she came over and she's got the hat now. Yeah, it turned into a really cool hat. I might make a couple more of those. But that's it. That's the update for now. I'm still learning how to use that, what do you call it? It's called Studio 16. It's where you can splice things together in your videos, and you can add images and stuff. I have been looking at the manual, but I'm gonna have to find a video. The manual is not telling me like do this to get this result. Do they think everybody just knows how to do all this stuff? But I have a girlfriend whose daughter is in TV podcasting, and I don't know about podcasting, but she's in TV making films and stuff like that, and commercials, and I think I'm going to have her come back over and show me a thing or two. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy your holiday, and I'll be talking to you soon. The Woolly Stuff.